How we're fed this idea that men get better with age and that mature men are sexy and men get salt and pepper and wrinkles and dad bods, and it's literally deemed to be hot. Meanwhile, women are only allowed to age if done so gracefully, not to mention the societal pressure for women to remain hairless, essentially mimicking the likeness of someone who's, I don't know, prepubescent. The most used and searched term in pornography is teen. There are only 2 years in a woman's life where she should be engaging, hopefully consensually, in the production of pornography as a teen. 18 and 19, I want you to sit and think about the societal impact that has on both men and women.
She needs to slow down because all I hear when she talks is... But honestly, it just gets exhausting to hear people always blame everything on the patriarchy or what society has forced upon us. Have you ever sat back and thought maybe these are just people's choices?
I've been called a post-wall woman twice. The Urban Dictionary defines it as a woman who is past her fertility window and has become very unattractive to men. After women hit 35, they are basically a post-wall woman. It's like they hit a wall at full speed and they got their face all messed up. It's interesting how people can come up with such creative terms to tear people down. Too bad they don't come up with such terms to lift people up. Oh well.
Okay, real quick for the ladies. I'm going to describe a regular man for you, and I want you to tell me if you would marry this man.
Okay.
5'8", about 35 to 50K per year. Would you marry that?
Hell no. Hell no. He's below the poverty line. What are you talking about?
The poverty line is actually far less
regular.
than that.
Yes.
What's
The average man in the United States today is about 5'8" and makes somewhere between $35,000 to $50,000 per year.
5'8" is fine, but I don't know about the 35.
Real quick, raise your hands. How many of you guys would marry that man? Raise your hands if you would marry him. Yes or no?
I don't even know any men in that
Okay, hold on.
position.
So no one at the table would marry this man, right? No. Okay. Congratulations. You and 1,000 other girls plus we've interviewed said the same exact thing. So it goes back to what I said. You said, most girls are gonna get a regular man. No, most girls don't even view regular men as members of society or an option. Most girls want extraordinary men.
And just to piggyback off of what I was just talking about dating or, messing with chicks over 35, I get the notion, you don't want to mess with a chick over 35 because she's damaged, she's been through life, she has trauma, she probably has kids. Well, all of that is true, and you want to exercise caution. Not every woman over 35 is the same. I'm going to tell you something, like I said, and I'm going to keep saying it, I'm going to keep drilling it. Some of the best sex I've ever had was with a 52-year-old woman. Made my toes curl, blew my freaking mind. 52 years old. See, half of the guys that talk all this crap telling y'all what to do, what not to do, who to date, not to date, they can't even get pussy. They can't get it from a 45-year-old and they can't get it from a 25.
So the first thing that I want to say is that vulnerability is one of the most humble spaces that you can be in. When you can operate, out of humility and out of a space of, being nothing, for lack of better words, like when you can operate out of space of nothingness and know that you're broken, you've been through a lot of things, you're hurt, and you realize that there's change necessary for you to grow, that's a very special place to be in. However, the problem is that a lot of women go through their prime years, when they be like, I'm fine, I'm in my prime, they go through all those stages and they're rejecting men left and right. Most of the men that come around them who are marriage minded and who are, perfect husband material, they don't want to be with them. They're too busy living their hot girl summer or living their best life, and then they get to this age where they probably already have children. They've already, kind of plateaued out. They're already in a sense stuck in their ways. Not all, but most of the women who get older or people who get older get stuck in their ways. And then they come to this, they have this epiphany like, oh my gosh, I've been doing things wrong and now I need to change. And again, her openness and vulnerability should be applauded for sure, because there's women who would just be wrong and strong all the days of their life and never think that they need to change. But however, one of the biggest problems that men constantly talk about and that men constantly have is that, you know, there was men who were probably perfect husbands, right? Suitable to be, you know, great lifelong partners that you passed up because you thought that you would always have a plethora of options. And then now the vulnerability that you're offering is not in your prime years. So now somebody is going to have to come along, maybe, you know, help you raise your kids, or maybe get the latter stage of life version of you. And a lot of men are saying, this is great, but sometimes it's a little late in the game for that conversation. Again, you're going to have some men who are completely open to this, who realize the vulnerable state, and this is a great state to be in. Again, this is something that's going to evoke change, but the deeper conversation is that younger women, you have to take this to heart, because maybe there's a possibility that all those options that you have now that you think you're always going to have, just keep in mind that there's a possibility you're not always going to have them.
Kids, I thought I would be married by now. And now the closer I get to it, and I'm scared. I don't know.
I didn't think it would be an issue. I'm 32 years old.
I'm 53. I would like to think that I'm still young, right?
The fact that you're 40 and single, still with no children, and now you find out that she's 8 weeks pregnant, and you so want to feel happy for her, but inside you feel so sad.
Happier when they are single.
I'm in a stage of life where I'm watching all my friends get married and have babies, and
you know that at 40 you're running out of time, and soon you won't have a choice at all.
I need a boyfriend. Please, like, God, send me someone that...
You know what? Put me back in the kitchen. Grab me by my apron, respectfully, and put me back in the kitchen.
This hurts my feelings and hurts my ego, but I fear I'm being ghosted, and I'm completely shocked.
Rejected. Like, it's really hard when, like, I don't really have anyone to go to, like, on a Friday night.
I am 30 years old, and
What do you need from a man financially?
For him to hold it down.
What does that mean?
So what that means is, you know, as a woman, and
put a dollar value on it. Don't give me the yearbook answer.
At least a minimum of 6 figures. Minimum.
Are you kidding?
I'm not kidding.
I laugh, man, because I'm trying to keep it light, but...
Meow for you, I would bark for you, I would oink for you, I would bleat for you, I would honk for you, I would glub glub for you, I would caw for you, I would roar for you, I would do anything. Someone just please love me. Please.
I'm 30, I'm single, I have no kids, and I really sometimes am like, is this what...
If England is 6 hours ahead of America, why can't they just tell us the future? Aren't they in the future?
That's enough internet for me today.
This isn't proof that it's totally okay not to be married by 30. I'm in the Sahara Desert with 18 incredible women.
I'm just having a really hard day. Trying to get ready.
That women tend to be happier when they are single.
I could have married a lot of the people that I've dated.
Okay, I turned 40 this year, and I've never been in love. I've never been in a relationship.
If you hear something or an update about your ex, and it just kills you.
Women tend to be happier when they are single.
Struggling financially, being alone, having no one there to talk to as you age, you know.
It's really interesting to note that, you know, especially within the States, but just in general, the research actually has depicted that women in their 40s is the most unhappiest age group out there. Think about that. The unhappiest age group in all of the world, predominantly, we're talking about the States right now, is women in their 40s. That's 1 in 4 Americans, which is crazy. That's 25% of the population are women in their 40s. and they're the unhappiest group out there. And it's just absolutely scary and it's appalling. And you have to ask yourself, why is that? And at the end of the day, the number one reason why, well, there could be many reasons why actually. But one of them, as I mentioned beforehand, is it's really all about e-commerce. It's about the pharmaceutical industries. It's about really just making money. It's a multi-million-dollar business for the most part.
How old are you?
I am 42.
What does it feel like to be 42?
Exhausting all the time. I mean, it's cool. I've learned a lot over the years, but it's just I'm exhausted. I'm working all the time and just trying to find time to balance life.
Does it feel differently than when you were in your 30s and 20s?
I thought I was invincible when I was in my 30s and 20s, and I'm clearly not.
Did you have like a moment that kind of hit and you realized you weren't invincible?
No, not really. Just over time, just started to realize it.
What is one thing that when we're younger we tend to prioritize, but as we get older we realize isn't actually that important?
Probably money. Realize that over time, family, friends, experience is more important.
Is there a reverse, like something that we don't prioritize enough when we're in our 20s that we should?
Time.
What should we do?
Just enjoy it more and like really live in the moment.
I don't know what your gender is. I don't know how old you are because you're from a troll account with no followers. However, I think we should dissect this a little bit. You are calling me a washed up girl that hit the wall because I said that a 45-year-old grown adult should not date a teenager. Let's break it down. I am not a washed up girl. I am a 39-year-old woman. I have 3 kids. Once I was a girl. Once I was a teenager. And I tell you what, many grown men tried to hit on me, and I was disgusted then, as I am disgusted now, because it is fucking disgusting behavior. Get a life.
If you know this about me, but according to the Passport Bros and the Red Pill guys, I too hold the high honor of being a post-wall, bitter, single baby mama. And one thing you got to know about me is I take this role very seriously. So at almost 36 years old, I saw an opportunity to come on and just give my opinion and laugh a little bit before I had to really just admit that I am an old bitter hag and throw in the towel and take the shit to Facebook like all of the other old bitter hags. So that's really why, but thanks.
Y'all. I'm hurting y'all because I want to be loved. I want marriage. You know, a lot of us get on here, we act tough and we be like, I don't want a man, I don't need a man, but I want help. I want to be loved. I want somebody to love me. I want somebody I can be vulnerable with. The problem is, and I'm not crying y'all because I'm sad, I'm crying y'all because it's like a release right now. But the problem for me, y'all, is that all the relationships that I had with men were not about love. It was about survival for me. I know how to fuck. I know how to cook. I know how to clean. I know how to seduce a man. I do not know how to love a man. And then to have a son, because of those choices that I was making, y'all, and I got pregnant really, really fast. I got pregnant within 90 days of knowing my baby daddy. And we don't talk about this shit because it's embarrassing and it hurts. It fucking hurts. And I'm mad with me. I'm not mad at men. I'm not mad at my life. I'm mad at me because I don't know how to fix me. I don't know how to fix it. That's accountability. That's the shit that hurts. It's realizing that, hey, I got some shit with me that I don't know how to fucking fix. And in turn, because I don't know how to fix that shit, I'm fucking up other people around me. That's accountability. That's the shit that we don't put on social media. I want marriage. You know, a lot of us get on here, we act tough.
And that wraps up today's episode of Manosphere Daily. If you enjoyed the content, give it a like. Be sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're notified as soon as a new video is out. Share your thoughts in the comments below. See you all tomorrow.